The world ended 6 months ago. Not with a bang, but with a quiet, microscopic fade. You are the statistical impossibility, the sole survivor. You spend your mornings scavenging high-end grocery stores for canned peaches and bottled water. You sleep in a different 5-star penthouse every night because you can. There is no rent. There are no laws. There is only the crushing, absolute silence of a dead planet. You've grown used to the sound of your own heartbeat. It's the loudest thing in New York City. You think you're safe because there's no one left to hurt you. You are wrong. You've stopped looking for other people. The radio static has become a lullaby. You spend your days driving exotic supercars through empty highways until they run out of gas. Then you just leave them. You have billions in cash under your mattress, and it's worth exactly nothing. You use $100 bills to light your cooking stove. You've started talking to the mannequins in department stores. You give them names. You tell them your secrets. You're the king of a graveyard, and for a moment the freedom feels better than the loneliness. It happens on a Tuesday. You're sitting in the middle of Times Square, eating a meal of cold beans, watching the wind whip old newspapers around. You see it. A front door to a brownstone is closed. You remember passing it yesterday. It was open. You tell yourself it was the wind, but the wind doesn't turn deadbolts. You start carrying a crowbar everywhere. You find yourself looking at the dark windows of skyscrapers, wondering if a reflection just moved. The silence isn't peaceful anymore. It's heavy. You become obsessed with security. You move into a fortified bank vault in Lower Manhattan. You spend weeks hauling canned goods, fuel, and weapons inside. You set up a perimeter of tripwires and bells. You tell yourself it's just for peace of mind, but deep down you're counting the calories. You realize that if there is someone else, they are hungry, and they know you have the resources. You start sleeping with a loaded shotgun across your lap. You stop talking to the mannequins. They've started to feel like they're judging you. At 3:14 a.m., a bell rings. It's the wire on the north side of the street. You freeze. Your breath hitches in your throat. You check your monitors. The grainy black and white feed shows nothing but shadows and blowing trash, but the wire is snapped, cleanly, not by a dog, not by the wind. Something with hands did this. You realize you aren't a king anymore. You're prey. You spend the rest of the night staring at the vault door, waiting for the heavy steel to groan. You find a footprint in the dust of the lobby. It's fresh. It's smaller than yours. You follow it to the basement, but it vanishes near the air ducts. You find a half-eaten can of your peaches on a table you haven't touched in days. Someone is living in the walls of your fortress. They're watching you sleep. They're learning your patterns. You realize the last person on Earth title was a lie you told yourself to feel special. Now the thought of company doesn't bring joy. It brings a primal, sweating terror. They start leaving things for you. A single Polaroid appears on your pillow while you're out scavenging. It's a picture of your back as you walked down the street yesterday. They were 5 feet behind you. You scream into the empty city, demanding they show themselves. Only the echo answers. You stop eating. You stop sleeping. Paranoia becomes your only friend. You start booby-trapping your own living space with claymores and pressure plates. You've turned your sanctuary into a death trap. You decide to leave. You pack a bag and head for the garage, but the tires on every single car have been slashed. Not just one car, all of them. Every exit from the block is blocked by overturned buses. Someone has spent weeks building a cage around you. You're trapped in a 4-block radius. You realize they don't want your food. They don't want your supplies. They want the only thing left on this planet that still has a soul. They want you. You're back in the vault. The heavy steel door is locked from the inside. 4 massive bolts are thrown. You're sitting in the corner, clutching a pistol, staring at the cameras. Every screen goes to static at once. Then it happens. 3 distinct rhythmic knocks. Knock, knock, knock. It's not coming from the vents. It's not coming from the radio. It's coming from the other side of the 6-ton vault door. The door that requires a code only you know. Then a voice whispers through the cracks in the steel. It sounds exactly like yours. The door begins to creak open. The electronics have been bypassed. You don't fire. You can't move. The person who walks in isn't a monster. They aren't a scavenger. It's you. Same clothes, same scars, same terrified eyes. They walk over to the corner and hand you a gun. Your turn, they whisper. You realize there is no last person. There is only a cycle, a loop of isolation designed to break the human mind until it splits in 2. You look at the monitors. They're back online. On the screen, you see a 3rd version of yourself, miles away, scavenging his first grocery store. You take the gun, walk out of the vault, and head into the shadows to start the knock.